I have some pretty wild stories in my family overall, my extended family, my overarching family that would make your head spin, right? Some shit that you hear and you're like, did he just fucking say that? But this woman here has an interesting tale to tell.
Put a finger down if you met a guy on Bumble, you start really hitting it off, and then about a month in, you're like, okay, it's time for him to meet my family. You take him to meet your family. They're all hitting it off with him. You're like, wow, this guy's great. I think he might be the one. You start talking about deep stuff, things that have happened in your life. You know, you get deep with the fam. And then he shares a story about his grandfather got murdered by his uncle in his own home. And it's a very sad story, also a very unique story. And your dad says, wait, how long ago was that? Oh, about 12 years ago. Yeah, 12 years ago. What city did that happen in? Oh, this city. Oh, this city. It turns out my dad knows exactly the story he's talking about. He says, I think that might have been what happened to your grandma Lori, her parents that put her up for adoption. I think that's what happened to them. I think that was their family. You say, oh, my grandma Lori. And then the guy you're dating says, are you talking about my Aunt Lori? Are you talking about my Aunt Lori? What, my grandma Lori? You talking about your Aunt Lori? Are we sharing a branch right here? So you have to then go do a chart. Oh, sorry, no. You pull up a picture on your phone. You say, this is Lori. He says, yeah, that's my Aunt Lori. Alarms are going off. Alarms are going off. I've been booping my cousin. I've been bonking my second, third, whatever. You draw a chart. You do it a couple times. We did this a couple times. We broke it down. Are we related? How do we have this shared branch? Turns out all of the relations are through marriage, not by blood. Thank you, Lord. And now you're married and you have 2 kids. Yeah.
Wow. Damn. Talk about coincidence. Your aunt is my grandmother? Wait a minute, your grandmother is my aunt? It's weird the coincidences that happen, huh? Now that's a sexual, romantic encounter coincidence. Mine is nowhere near anything like that, but this is the weird coincidence story I have for you. Once upon a time, one of my mother's many brothers, my mother and her brothers are all first generation born in America Sicilians. Their father immigrated here from Sicily. One of her many brothers got into a Donnybrook with my father in the front yard of one of my mom and that uncle's other sister, my aunt's lawn. Okay, so my mom's brother is fighting my father in the front lawn of another sister's house. Police are called. My family takes off with us. Police arrive to the aunt's house, and that uncle has a showdown in the front yard with the police. And the police, he lives, but they shoot him in the front yard of his sister's home. My uncle is shot in the front yard of my aunt's home after that uncle got into a fight with my father in the front yard of that aunt's house. It was a small suburb of Chicago back then, and it made the news. Fast forward years and years and years later, my father is married to his third wife. They're living in a house that she grew up in, that her parents owned. So it's the very old house that's been around forever, and it's a bungalow in Berwyn, and they used to have these covered porches off the back that were cold as shit in the winter and hot as fuck in the summer. And they tried the old Dagos tried to insulate these back rooms with newspapers. And so my father's living in this house with my stepmother at this point in time. They need to rip up the floor of the covered porch, and so my father is going to do it himself, and he goes to rip up the floor, him and my stepmother, and they see that the floor is all insulated with newspapers, and he rips up the corner of the floor. The first newspaper that's there is the Sun Times, and it's opened up. I believe it's the Sun Times, and it's opened up to the article about my uncle being shot in my aunt's front yard after getting into a fight with my father. creepy ass shit.